대랑 근데 도마 참아라 근데 자시들을 건 삼주던 제대 근데 단다위 코스코스 쇼와라 나랑오니 근데 가츠 침보시고요.
So I'd like to, of course, extend the warmest Tibetan greeting, Jashidle, and express my deepest gratitude for giving me the opportunity to be here with all of you today.
다 되는 거 근데 차트가 나온돈저 나서 그거 마치 랑진더 등을 단디모즈가 그거 caption 저거 시르나 마치가 랑진더 등을 인지긴더 드네 나마 파르치르로 다 니아르머즈근 삼거 네 야나크가 토코 테브즈 지오너레 다티 팀 양아다리 마치가 랑진더 등을 인지기 디모즈 제온레 때니 나트가 다지마다리 그때니 야나크 지금 총례 그거기네 나 지금 좀 차치 쉬운데서 그 송원레 때인디 그거 다 인지가 따는 호코레야는 그 스카치니 그 땅을 기리온데 또 있나요 다 인지가 토코 파르첼로 슈마는 디모즈 마토 제면 텝다리 스라용도 요사마카 그건 다리온은 그거 다 되는 거인데 차트 그 caption다다는 이게 띠니가 그 다리 그 caption이가 찍인 거 그래서 이단은 때에 롭자가 당아 디모스카차 샤크 다때 있는 나트가니 이게 띠나나 그 등을 그랑전 나운전 서다나 등을 레처터 타츠 그네 랑급 삼스른 가주제도 오늘에 때인나 데랑 남바초 그 띠고네 그 판선 로종셰기
Awesome. So the topic for today's talk is the discussion of how human life is the nature of suffering. And so this description of human life as being the nature of suffering is also the title of my book that 2 years ago was published in Chinese. And so actually the title is basically showing that life is the nature of suffering. And although it has been translated into many very dominant world languages, including English, but it has yet to be produced and published in the English language. That should come out within the next year. But when I was asking the representatives from the university what topic they would like me to speak on, or rather what book that I've written that they would like me to discuss, and this was the one that they selected, which is the discussion of the nature of suffering that constitutes human life. And so in response to that request, that will be the main topic of today's discussion. It's a mutual discussion.
对呢다 실동 현디용나这个我从没这个出的这个대기량 지르 바요고요너레 된데 등을량 지르 바요고너레 또인나 다리가 대치 땅나 등을니가 다 파르타는 거 원도시 나 파르치 리바타버는 거 요티데 다 멋진데 등을 지람진 저거 저잖아 또 가래가 삼내 있나 또 지금 서담은 텀바 또 내일 메피가 찾으려 삼내 양탄가 치레제니 있나 다 대치 다 등을 저근데ion도 다리 깡타리하는 거 치기 다리 샘톡 달리 톡 초르바즈레 티 초라텔라 다리 데르드가니 요티 멋세도 텔레 가리 기령하다나 다 등을 하고 레제나 되는 가래가 삼내 있나 더 다리가 지금 내일 메파즈레 양 삼내 양 탕다나 단도 지 숙지그 삼로땅에 있나 가 먹지그 그 삼스는 문제나 양 다리 초기즈레 되는 날 감문에 딱 와르다나 그 멋지그 랑신도 되니 등을 등은 전덕 그 개바양 하장 뭐 요구연데
Actually, to just say that the human life is the nature of suffering, that through the course of life, of course, there will be experiences of happiness and experiences of suffering, like in the course of one lifetime. And so there are some who may say that to define human life in terms of suffering might be missing the point that actually human life, by some standards, can be perceived as quite joyful and quite happy. And so it's possible that some people may say that actually human life is more the nature of happiness than suffering. But however, when talking about, and of course, it's possible also that this could be termed as a matter of opinion, one person's opinion over another, the perception of human experience. However, one thing to note is that when talking about the feeling of the mind, right? It's really the experience or the feeling of the mind, that when comparing kind of happiness to suffering, that there have been many masters and knowledgeable scholars from ancient times to the present who actually recognize the nature of suffering as more constituting human experience.
That is a guarantee. Matsiga Ranjan, the Dungur in Badon, Natangum Keba Suzu Munzango Nerezena, Huerna at the Germany, the name Sanit Ribawa Chimbo, the name Keba. The Netari, da Jubonghua, the Kungaseni Nina, Chires and Matsu, that in Jiktin, the not the Kunanda, the Muyukan, it's Reze, Dana, Shadow and Ray. Taku, that Kunaga Javgari, the Jiktin Kamna Shernatari, Sura, the Dirdikan Moyo, the Yona, Tin Nunga, Tariga, Matsun Jiktinga, Tariga, Kam Chimbundu, Chirizenina, that Dimur Kuni Ranj Janzere, Dimurgi Yolanzere, Dimurgi Dariga, Tenir Namba, then Gona Ranjan Janzere, Zaidana, that Tenetari, Jim Tanir Baba Dana, Tanik be one the Shenarana, the Matsinder, Dimurgi Ranjan Janzada, Kuran Sudarigan, the Munzangayaka.
And so just to give you a few tangible examples of some of the scholars and masters and philosophers and great thinkers of the past who identified human life or human condition as being the nature of suffering. One that comes to mind is the great German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer, who actually has been cited to say that actually the one true thing, or rather the sole thing that the entire world can be kind of recognized or identified by is suffering. It's suffering is the one thing, the single thing that kind of almost identifies or rather defines the world. So the meaning of this is basically, of course, this is not to say that in the vast world that there are not experiences of happiness and joy. But if you look as a whole, like the world itself, that you see that the world itself can be seen to be almost like a pandemonium of like a chaotic display of the nature of suffering. That it just shows that this constant fraught with suffering, the nature of suffering, and to go by the words of many of the scientists as well, they will also identify pain or suffering as being the nature of the world.
That starting Keba check it as a yon Mazapa Munga, the Netari, or Nawu Keba, Georging Keba. The Jean Mambona Yonare, Tin Nungajan, Tenism, Sargigum Dogger Kabna Chizion Regena, Kora Kapi Semona, Devanamia, Yomayan Zidana, Shichukazena, the Richik, Tanga check Mudan, Mayambaga Simpson Mons in Jitinga Kamna Yonara. That did also Tamchut Bodon, when a Kapi Semona, Tansua Kiriopa Jindon, Tin Namiona. Where na Mema Murki worked Tavadan, Tremo Lan Tavazidan. That we moon going in the Natsu Dariga, the name Jisting come the Naji, Devatari Chimbos Yonamare, the Murka Range in Janzinare, Gativ Devas Yodnaran, and then Yiri Range in Janzamato Zeman, Deva Tant Bazadana, Devam Tartik Baz Yonamare, Zidana, the Netari Son Yonare.
But of course, it is not simply the modern Western scholars that have identified the suffering that constitutes the human condition alone. Of course, many of the ancient masters and ancient, like awakened, realized beings of various traditions also pointed this out. And of course, Buddha Shakyamuni in the sutras, in the scriptures, actually said this line, and I quote, "On the tip of this needle, that is the samsara, the wheel of cyclic existence, never is there ever even a moment of happiness. And what this is to say is, of course, this is a metaphor, but that for humans and non-human beings alike, that it is almost, I'm saying that there's never any chance, any true moment of happiness, just as you can imagine, sort of perched on the tip of a sharp needle. There's never any moment of true happiness. And so, in fact, the world of cyclic existence has been compared to like a fiery pit, like a land of cannibal demons. And so even though there are these fleeting moments of happiness, and there is what we call temporary superficial happiness, but its very nature is changeable, and therefore there is no lasting, everlasting, or stable happiness.
Tatu inna dari dungur ki rangzhin da inna tani nga tsu dari shawa kang shini inna te ji pamba meni de dungur kona ga rangzhin de gird me pas gin re zena te in mare chiri zena tang tsu nang sir ka dari dungur ndo yang na kartin di dungur ki rangzhin yin no do ngo shin jo ji jan zin na te ren ba jin de te dari pang thab yo ba da na de jin de kartin dungur de so tham chi thoni ker yo na te dari chir ta jin de da dong len te ngu len dari ga thab ki to yo ne re te ni na de ga number 2 ji 다 응치기 초안의 등을 그 랑진전지다는 등을 망치어서 연노도 고지도 드니 연등 그 초이 쳤대요. 하정 매드므로 와서 옛날에 가르테도 매데는 그 연등 그 가수 초안의 대치 그 랑진전지에 삼에다 적지 잔지나 드니 다 등을 참아서 돈에 결용이나 그 텔라다리가 드니 지 님복된 거니나 하정 까먹고 송원래.
And so to say that whatever activities we engage in, whatever we do, that we are never not kind of almost like perpetuating suffering, the nature of suffering is not already implicit in every one of our actions. To say that would be wrong, because no matter how things might appear, how we may perceive things now, the important reason why recognition of suffering and acceptance or acknowledgement of the nature of suffering that characterizes the human condition, why this is so important, is because once we recognize this, then gradually we can apply the methods to overcome this suffering. And also, although we may think that life is happiness and bliss, but whenever tragedy may strike or misfortune or suffering strikes us, we will not be caught off guard, and we will have the tools to cope, to accept, and to handle whatever suffering comes our way. So the reason why is how this influences our experience. When we understand that suffering is the basic nature of this condition, then when everything is going along fine and suddenly something happens where we have to experience it, we will be able to handle it, whereas a person who goes along thinking and expecting that life is always happiness, that everything should be happy and go along their way, well then when all of a sudden, unexpectedly, some kind of unwanted event occurs, then it's very difficult to expect that they will have the ability to apply the antidotes to that kind of suffering at that time.
남배 삼로 따나더니 저 맞춤 소위 쳤다 대화양 몽스 요니나 등을도 제일 거치 치레 삼나 더니 이 곡도 대화양 차라 깔아간섬 요너다 쏘르 등을 그 랑신 너레 제근도 견도 더니 산집 정도는 되고 중국 소위다나 더니 다 넘버 초라 그 무초다리 디바즈도 시작 때나 남비 삼로 지모 땅에다나 단도 초다리가 대화리 등을 말해 삼지가 마치가 나나야나 지금 너 마임 바거네나 하루도 납신 거 무서던 세인나 심튼 거 대화 명지 모즈가 그 삼지고 쇼돔 요나 되게 케 남바가 또 다리가 쇼돔 자디 기로나 총제 때나 이거도 치레제나 다 등을 그 남장 때네 조르진 거 송왔다는 되게 다 디바즈도 케 남발라 말이지.
So of course, the reason why I am emphasizing And of course, I'm not denying that in the course of human life, there are not times where we experience happiness and joy and so forth. But why I am identifying that the primary kind of nature of human condition, human life, is suffering, is also not just arbitrary, based on the scriptural teachings, of course, of Buddha Shakyamuni. And I wanted to give this kind of brief explanation, and I want to request you to really use your analytical minds and examine deeply. And if you look and try to understand, like, what are the kind of experiences that you have through the course of the human life. And that's why I wanted to kind of introduce the categories that we define suffering as. Like, what are the different types of suffering, first of all? So I wanted to go through that as well.